Yes, we're with seven-time Russian champion Peter Svidler, who has lost his first two games. This game looked like you were doing quite okay, played some really fine moves throughout the game. However, at some point in the game, you let it go.
Yeah, that's very regrettable because I think my opening play, even if the machine says it's incorrect, I think it's incredibly interesting. And
actually, the machine said it was correct. There was no problem with the way you played.
Even better, yeah. And I found the whole idea with this pawn sacrifice and h5 over the board, and yeah, it's highly regrettable because I think I played really well up to, let's say, move 28, and the end game I lost to begin with. I had no problems whatsoever there, but somehow in time trouble I made a few moves which aren't really huge mistakes, but they allowed him in, so to speak, and then on 2 minutes I probably liquidated into an endgame which in practical play is very difficult to hold, and on diminishing time probably is just objectively very difficult.
Tell me, is time a factor? You spent some time using time, getting into time pressure now both games, and making regrettable decisions later in the stage.
Today I actually, and I mean, once again, the position is so complex that I wasn't just daydreaming there. I had to solve some very real problems, and somewhere around move 20, I was actually ahead on the clock. The idea I found caused enough problems for Lev to actually outspend me on the clock as well. And yeah, this is why I feel somewhat dejected today, because I felt that I played a very interesting game up to a point, and okay, I probably shouldn't have won it at any. I mean, I don't think Black is better at any point, but losing it is really unnecessary.
We were talking about possible reasons why maybe this has happened, and the idea of jet lag has been mentioned. Would you give that as a reason?
I don't want to use any of the the old. I mean, the finding excuses. If you want me to, I can provide a number, but it's not really very interesting. I think I'm not dying. I have been fresher in my life, but I expected worse, to be honest. I do get some sleep every day, and I mean, my play in the beginning of today, and actually yesterday's game wasn't my crowning achievement, but I have seen up to the blackout, I have seen a lot of very interesting stuff which did not materialize because Veselin was avoiding all the sharper continuations and going for the quieter lines. But it's not as if my mind isn't working at all. It's just that I do make these, well, not minor yesterday, and a number of minor mistakes today in time trouble, which cost me this game.
All right, well, we hope you fix that problem and let you get some rest and get some clarity, and we look forward to seeing your normal play in the rest of the rounds.
It's, I mean, today, it's not horrible, yeah. It's, what I mean is, I probably shouldn't be trying to correct you. Okay, let's wait for my normal play, yeah. That's...
All right.
That sounds good enough.
You resign in this position, but I think I'm going to give Levon the pleasure of showing us why this position is
It's not really very difficult. You bring the knight to d3, you bring the pawn up to b5, and then you start creating combined threats. Let's say you could try going with the king towards b5, a6, even if black allows that. And then at some point you force black to play e6, e5, and then everything falls. The moment the pawn on e6 is forced to go to e5, white can swap the b pawn for the e pawn and win easily. No, I mean, once the knight lands on d3, there's really not very much left to play.
All right, thank you for that.
Sure.
And best of luck in the rest of your games.
Thank you.
Guys?
Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
I like his explanation there that he doesn't want to use any excuses that aren't interesting.
Yes. Oh, we've got great excuses for
Although, yeah,
that play.
There could be really interesting excuses, too. But I do kind of agree with him that, like, sleep and getting from A to B are probably, like, two of the less interesting ones, right?
True.
Like,
True. But waking up at 3 o'clock in the morning, full of energy because you're on time, a different time zone, is not fun. And in my career, a lot of my tournaments were in Europe. I had to make the voyage Seattle to New York, New York to Europe, and then even take another flight, 24 hours
Sounds
of
like
travel.
an excuse, yes.
It was
long-winded excuse.
It's true. It's true. Getting from point A to point B.
Excuses of the past.
Yeah, there you
And
go.
we've got Levon Aronian, the defending Singfield Cup champion, and now again tied for the lead after today's win.
Not so bad indeed to be tied for first. It's a position that he's familiar with. Levon, today it looked like you had some preparation, and then all of a sudden he played some interesting moves, and you were on your back foot.
Well, the thing is, Peter is a Grunfeld player, so I didn't expect him to play this, and then I thought to play an old move that I once played a long time ago, Queen D2.
Against Karyakin, we found
hoping that Peter wouldn't know it, but then the position became too complicated. I have to say I underestimated h5, and then spent so much time. It was difficult to really assess everything. I felt that I should be better, but yeah, then I thought, okay, let's just neutralize, because I have so little time. And I thought on move 30, the logical move would be rook fb8 and rook cb8, and the game would end as a draw. I was already thinking that, I mean, the game is level. But Peter, yeah, I think he underestimated the danger of this endgame. It's probably still drawn, but it's definitely black who's on the receiving end.
He had to be careful, and then you got this position. What are your thoughts? You're at 1.5. You played a solid game yesterday. Today wasn't like a masterpiece that won, but you did grind him down. What are you feeling about your own play, your satisfaction with what you're doing so far?
I was a bit too slow today. Other than that, I'm slowly getting in tournaments, and I mean, getting a point from a position where I didn't really deserve it is very good, just for the tournament.
Can you assess anything after 2 rounds? Does anyone, a professional player like yourself, care about what the result is after just 2 rounds in a tournament?
Of course I do. I care even after the first round. But generally, winning and not losing, I think, is the secret of chess.
That's a good secret to hold. We know you have your winning ways, and we hope they continue as you play the rest of the games. Levon Aronian, tie for first. This guy won it last year. Can he do it back-to-back? We'll see in the next several rounds.
Quick question for Levon. Levon, today we saw a big streak by Maxime Vichard-Legrave ended. He had gone 70 games, I'm told, without defeat. An extraordinary streak. In your career, what is your longest streak undefeated?
I don't know, 5 games?
Wow, really?
I have a habit of losing a lot and generally not winning as many games as I hope to. But yeah, maybe I had something like 50 games. I don't remember. Has to be counted.
But it's quite an accomplishment in your view as well.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. And I guess, you know, today it was especially unpleasant for him because he played a really good game up to the point where he blundered. I thought Maxime was playing a brilliant game.
Yeah. Agreed.
Indeed, it's sad to see him screw it up, huh?
Yes. Well, that goes to show how cruel chess
But
can be.
happy for fans of Anand, and yeah, that zero-sum game it is, isn't it?
Right.
But somebody mentioned Tal's 95 game record in 73 to 74.
Right.
So Maxime was on the heels of that.
Yeah. Misha has a very, very deserved reputation as this high wire trampoline act, you know, taking all kinds of risks, sacrificing material when he doesn't need to, and so forth. And then it's extraordinary that he just went through the streak of being undefeated. He was extremely solid, a very tough guy to beat.
Let's take a look and see, as we wait for the conclusion of this game, what's in store for us tomorrow in round 3 of the Singfield Cup, again starting at 12:50 here in St. Louis and 1:50 on the East Coast. well, some big games because we got the leaders facing off between Wesley So and Levon Aronian, and those are actually two Grand Chess Tour frontrunners as well.
Exactly.
Anish Giri is going to be facing Bing Lurin, and Anand will be playing against Nakamura, and if Nakamura wins today, so much to play for, as he is also really leading the Grand Chess Tour as well. Veselin Topalov, who's going to be playing against MVL, and Svidler against Caruana with a chance to finally get the white pieces and perhaps regain some honor.
Yeah,